Hello, my name is Ilona, and in this video I want to start by looking at the energy of 2000 Mules and the effect of this movie. It's about what happened in November 2020 in America, and it's very important not just for America but just worldwide, because everywhere things have happened with voting. And we just had France, of course they voted again for Macron. Well, I truly doubt that that really happened, but they did all kinds of things, of course, the dark energies, and they are now showing it what happened. And I've seen a lot of clips from people really are shocked or reacting, waking up to what's been going on. So I just want to see what the energy is of this movie, what kind of effect it will have. Will people wake up because of this? Let's see. We have Judgment. That's interesting. The central card is the Three of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups in the past. We have the Devil underneath the Three of Cups. We have the Moon. And we have the Nine of Cups. This is interesting. So we have Judgment. Of course, this is showing people what has happened. It's so important, especially people that were not aware of this. This movie is now spreading like wildfire through America, but also around the world. I even posted it on my Telegram channel. There are many channels who have this movie. I believe it's even put on BitChute, so you can really see this movie. And it's very important that people see it and understand what's going on. This is about waking people up. That's the main purpose of this, and I think it's succeeding. We have the Three of Cups, so there is this celebration feeling, like finally people are starting to see what's been going on, and that will be tough for the dark energies. This is showing people what they were capable of, what they've been doing for so long, not just in America but worldwide. We have just had the voting in France where Macron suddenly won again. There were glitches there as well. People will see what's been going on, the corruption, the twisting, the lies, and it's very, very important. This is really waking up people. And in the near future, there will still be some, how do you say this, confusion of what's really going on, but this is like the wish card. I think that this will open up more and more people. People will begin to understand. Probably they're finally going to see through this illusion what the dark energies have been doing for so long, all these illusions they've created. And this is one of the illusions that's just going to, the burst is going to, how do you say it? The bubble is going to burst. I have to say it in the correct order there, but the bubble will be gone, it will explode, and people will see what's really been going on. And this will help in uniting people and understanding, we have to stop this, things need to change. And I think it will open up things for the military, so to speak, or for Mr. T. It will open up things. But the most important thing of this movie is to wake up people. Really wake them up. That is so important. I also want to take a look at the energy in America just in general. I also watched some, I think it was Tucker Carlson, I'm not sure, but he was talking about the damage of the wasp sting. Things are coming out that people were not informed, people were forced to take it. A lot of things are coming out about the wasp sting as well. So I'm just going to see what the energy is of the USA right now. Let's see. We have the Ten of Wands. We've got the Five of Pentacles. That's the central card. We have the Four of Pentacles in the past. We have the Tower underneath the central card. And we've got the Five of Swords for the near future and the Nine of Wands. So this is interesting. These are pretty tough cards, but I think we are really in this phase in America. Things are falling apart. People are feeling like there's not enough money. Prices are being raised, for food, for gas. People are really getting very well, they're feeling like they're left out in the cold. The feeling like there's not enough. how we're going to deal with this. They're frustrated. There's a lot of stress. They feel like they're carrying a lot of burdens. More and more people will be in very tough situations, and that will wake up people, but it will also lead to the destruction of the old, the tower moment. So it's very possible that we're in America, things will head to a certain maybe event, or more that things are really falling apart. It doesn't necessarily mean that the scary event is going to be around the corner. It's a possibility. I do believe there is a scary event coming. We just don't know when. But the tower is more of that things are really falling apart. The narratives are completely collapsing. People feel left out in the cold with all these prices, food prices, the gas, of course, everything that's coming out now with 2000 mules, what's been going on with the politics. People feel suppressed, they're exhausted, they're stressed out. Things about the wasping are coming out. So much is just falling apart. And I think a lot of the old things are just, they're not working anymore, and people see through it. Of course, we have Roe Wade versus Wade, of course, also going on in the background. A certain company that made wasp stings, or still makes them, came out with a lot of documents, a lot of information in that. So much is going on there. And the near future, it will be very grim. The energies will be very, I think, a lot of tension. They're going to be unrest, maybe chaotic. A lot of old pain will come up, and it's necessary to also start seeing things, what's really going on. So it will be getting tougher in the USA, but it's necessary to really show people what's been going on and to start healing. And sometimes things need to come out. But I do believe that it will be more hectic, more tension, especially because things are falling apart. People feel like their entire country is going to waste. So the energy will seem very negative. I think that the emphasis for the next time, I'm not sure. It's very difficult to like say, well, it's just a week or 2 weeks. But the next weeks, there will be the energy will be grim. So a very negative energy. Things will come out. I have a feeling more and more will come out from the wasp sting. What's really going on with Roe versus Wade, you know, the theme that they're talking about, all the things they've done behind the scenes, the dark energy, because they've used a lot of things that are involved in that court case. People are really fed up with everything. So a lot of things will change. And like I said, things are falling apart there. I also want to take a look at France. You know, with Macron now back again. Let's see. Oh, look at that. When I'm talking about Macron, it's judgment. It's about waking up. That's why he's still there. So I'm just going to see what the rest of the energy is of France right now. A lot of people are very angry. We've got the Eight of Swords as the central card. We have the Eight of Wands in the past. We have the Seven of Wands underneath the Eight of Swords. We've got the Six of Pentacles for the near future and the Ten of Swords. It is very interesting, but I keep seeing the devil in this case. So the dark energies, it's about the dark energies. I think people are starting to feel this limitation. I think a lot of people are very angry and very fed up with everything and with Macron. So I think we're going to see much more unrest in France as well. People standing up, fighting for what they believe in. That's also about waking up and fighting for what they believe in. So I think that things will be heated in France, and it's been going on for years now, for the last year or two, you know, when it started with all these measurements, all these strict things they've because of what's going on, of course, the last 2 years, and especially people in France were very against that. It will lead to more balance. It's about balancing out and about really being completely fed up with this and saying no more of this. So I do believe that the people in France are really at their end. They're like, yeah, this is enough. We don't want this anymore. So in the near future or the future, Like I've said with the reading I did on America, it's very difficult to really say, well, this is going to take a few weeks. But really, they're at their end wits. They're the wits end, I think. I'm sorry, I'm switching things around today. But they've had enough. They're like, enough is enough. We've had enough. And that's the feeling I'm getting. They're limited. They feel closed off. But it's their own limitations. They can get out of this very easily. And it's about standing up for themselves and standing up for what they believe in. So very important, and understanding that it's about the energy they put out. Especially in France, a lot of people start, you know, they stand their ground, they get up and do things, they're out in the streets, but they need to make sure that their energy is balanced. They shouldn't do that from a point of view like they're very angry or frustrated. They need to do it from their strength within. Understanding that enough is enough. And I think they're going to balance that out. There'll be more connection with their spirit, with God, so they'll be stronger. And the energy they will put out in that case will have much more effect than just acting out of aggression, frustration, you know, anger or fear or pain. It's very important to understand that if you want to stand up for yourself, you have to do it from a place of strength, of knowing this is your right, of knowing that this is right for you. That's a completely different energy than then you're screaming like, no, I don't want this. That's more of an aggressive energy. You really need to stand for yourself. And then you'll be standing strong and you'll be in a much better position than you've been before. So I think that's going to change in the people in France. That's the energy I'm getting right now. And they're really, really fed up with this. I also want to take a look at the global energy. What the global energy is worldwide. Let's see. We have the 8 of Cups. That's the card above. We have the 9 of Swords. That's the central card. We have the Strength card in the past. We have the 6 of Swords. That's interesting, underneath the central card, and the Page of Pentacles for the near future, and the Page of Swords. That's interesting. So we have 2 cards. These are the influences on the central card. Both cards of leaving. This is emotionally leaving things behind, and this is in a way a mental leaving. It's a sword card, and that's for the element of air, the element of rational mental things, mentally thinking a certain way, and just heading towards a new future. Still, it's not you don't know where you're going, so it feels very insecure, but you're on your way. And I think that's very important. This is more of a determined, like you're leaving behind. It doesn't feel right to you anymore emotionally. You're done with this situation. So we are really moving away from old things. There's a lot of anxiety going on in the world right now. Of course, with all the fear they're trying to spread through all the news we're getting. I don't watch the media anymore. There's some things I watch on the internet just to see what they're bringing up this time around, which part of the agenda they're rolling out. To me, it doesn't really bother me anymore. I feel everything is going to be fine, but there are a lot of people out there who are afraid. War is going to break out, things are going to happen, things are going to collapse. So there's a lot of anxiety and fear going on, but we're moving away. That's the energy. We're moving away from that. And in the near future, the future, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Well, that's interesting. Pages also means opportunities. This is the opportunity to really create something new. It's the element of Pentacles, and Pentacles is about material things, really starting something and showing it, you know, that you can really see it. It's very tangible. And we have the Page of Swords, which is about communication, truths coming out. So we'll have an opportunity of hearing about new truths. So I think the next period ahead of us will be very interesting. We're moving away emotionally, and I think mentally, in new convictions. We're moving away from the situation we're in now. There is still a lot of anxiety, but we're also moving away from that. And there will be new opportunities to start something new, to hear new truths, to just open yourself up to completely new things. So I find this very interesting, and I feel like the energy is just, I don't know, in a way amazing, which is a bit strange because there's so much going on, and I understand there are a lot of people out there who are very afraid, but I feel everything is really going to be all right. We just have to stay grounded, stay in touch with yourself, connect with God, connect with the universe. That is so important. When you've got God behind you, and you understand that you're loved and you're taken care of and you're safe, really just trust, know that you'll do the right thing. Stand up for yourself. If something doesn't feel right, certain situations don't feel right, leave it. Leave those situations, leave the people if it doesn't feel right to you anymore. But really trust your intuition. It's really calling now, and we have so much new energy going on. The Schumann resonance is off the charts pretty much this weekend, these past few days. So it's, so much is going on, and we're really heading towards a new world and a completely new energy. So I want to leave it at this. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.